Tonight I am on Community Center Drive, and that's right off of East Everest Avenue in Weston. And like I said, if you take a look behind me, many departments are still on the scene. Definitely an active one here. I was able to speak with Everest Metro Chief Clay Schultz, who tells me that right now a suspect is in custody and the scene is under control. Still a very heavy police presence right now, and what we know right now is that Wood County Sheriff Sean Becker tells News Channel 7 that a sheriff's deputy has been shot in the line of duty. Details are still coming in. Right now, I'm in the middle of a parking lot, but I think a kayak might do you a little bit better in times like this. Flooding, everyone is at the hands of Mother Nature. I'm here in front of the hangar. If you look over my left shoulder, that is where President Donald Trump will be speaking in a few hours. Now, over to my right shoulder, these are the hundreds of people who are here to listen to Donald Trump tonight. As you can see, it's a sea of MAGA hats and Trump 2020 flags. Donald Trump Jr. made the stop in Rothschild today to deliver a speech to the people of central Wisconsin, and he told me that there's a lot of emphasis on the Badger State if they want to win this election in November.
Brennen, what did he have to say?
Well, Jeff, when you look at the numbers of the coronavirus, it should be taken seriously, but your risk of serious symptoms is low. According to Dr. Phillipson of Aspirus here in Wausau, 80% of people have cold-like symptoms like a cough or a fever. Well, Jeff, let me just show you how drastic this drawdown is. As you can see behind me, there's a little peninsula right there, and there's a lot of sand and mud that's exposed. That's not normally there. And once the construction of First Avenue begins, this stretch of road will no longer be in operation. And to ease the flow of traffic while First Avenue is out, the stretch of road between Sherman and Thomas will become a two-way street. I'm at the Marathon County Solid Waste Department landfill. As you can see behind me, that's a lot of trash. About 2 million pounds are brought in every day. Rick told me that this year is probably the worst year that he's ever seen for potholes during his time working here in Wausau. But now that the weather is warmed up, they're hoping to take care of those coming soon. Here in Wisconsin, people are used to driving in our harsh Wisconsin weather. But with the presence of snow, accidents are more common. And what you might think is a simple fender bender isn't simple at all, with technology like rear view cameras. And the sensors for that technology inside is laid all throughout the bumper. So what might have been a simple fender bender a few years ago can end up costing you thousands of dollars today. Now, there's been a lot of changes because of COVID-19, and whether that's turning your kitchen countertop into a home office or doing things over video that you would normally do in person. And even though it's been a few weeks, we're still getting used to the adjustments. And if you live in the Stevens Point or Plover area and would like your picture taken by Abby, we have a link to her on our website. Right now, I'm alongside Grand Avenue. As you can see, snow covered. We're playing a little game out here called Whose Lane Is It Anyway? After hearing the NCAA's decision to give springtime athletes another year of eligibility, players like Allie Miklish are excited to take another swing in 2021. The line to see President Donald Trump in Mosinee is stretching across the entry of CWA, some arriving more than 12 hours before the start of the event.
9 o'clock this morning, and I'm here to support our president.
About 7:30 this morning to get a good spot in line.
It was about 3.5 hours. We left at about 1 o'clock last night to get up here and be ready to make sure we get a good spot.
And for those who couldn't drive, they flew.
I was going to fly in today. Then he changed it, and the thing is today, so I flew in yesterday. I changed my flight.
The event had a mix of people who have and have not been to prior rallies, and some even brought along family members.
This is my first event, so we're trying to make it special by bringing my son with. He's a first-time voter this year, so, you know, first-time experience. This is one to celebrate and enjoy.
I brought my sister, and she's never been to one, so I'm excited to see how she reacts to it.
Some of the crowd has even seen other presidents that have come to Wisconsin.
I was a supporter of President Bush. I also came out here when John McCain was here.
But today, the crowds are excited for their chance to see the president.
Being here is surreal, and I'm super excited. I can't wait.
It feels like Christmas morning.
Now, the doors to let people in should be opening within the hour, and people are still funneling in, so that crowd that Jeff referenced earlier is getting larger and larger by the minute. Jeff, back to you.
So
So this music room is really a place of healing for him and a place so that he could stay in a positive realm.
Francisco Martinez, or Junior, has played music since he was a child living in Hawaii. A few years ago, Junior was diagnosed with dementia, and his doctor's suggestion to him was for Junior to go back to something familiar.
His doctor at the VA has told him to pick up his ukulele every day and to play his ukulele every day.
Music has become something that some memory doctors have suggested for Alzheimer and dementia patients.
If they are musically inclined, playing a musical instrument is a good cognitive activity. It keeps their brain activated.
Just a few weeks ago, Sherry built a music room in her backyard for her husband so that he could play his instruments year-round.
We have timbales, we have acoustic guitars, electric guitars, bass. We have 4 ukuleles, so we have a pretty good variety of instruments.
And since the addition, Sherry says that it has made a world of difference.
His ability to talk and communicate with the kids is much better, is more on a positive note.
It'd be something that we would suggest to families at home, trying to help take care of their loved one at home, particularly to help with some of the behaviors, patients that get agitated at times.
And when Junior's in his music room with his ukulele in hand, everything seems to become simpler. Something his wife Sherry says was worth every penny.
Well worth it, because it's made it to where he has a place to come and be himself.
In Mosinee, Brennen Scarborough, News Channel 7.
That needed masks made. So I figured, my God, I can sew yet.
As soon as Henry Wiedemann knew that he could help with COVID-19, he got to work.
I heard it on the radio that to go downtown and to Sewing Delight, I think it is, and I talked to her and got the material, and I started sewing.
Henry has been sewing off and on for his entire life, but now he uses it as a way to stay busy and appreciate what he has.
Well, it's the old saying, if you don't use your body, you're going to lose it. And I try to keep active.
Henry stays busy year-round, even taking care of a massive garden in the summer. And even his kids can't believe it.
My dad is amazing. I've always felt that way all my life. My dad is very hardworking, and he's taught all of us to work very hard. We grew up on a dairy farm. You learn how to work.
For those wondering, Henry does have a secret on how to be as active as he is when you're 90.
Oh, I have my either a mixed drink or a beer every day. Every day.
Henry's not looking for any glory from his effort. He sees it as doing his share.
There's opportunities out there to help make this stuff, So, and I think I'm doing my share to help out.
In Lincoln County, Brennen Scarborough, News Channel 7.